Well, if I could, give every one of you a continuance the next time you come into my courtroom because you were brave to come out here in this rain, I would, but I can't. But I thank all of you for being here. It means so very, very much to me that some of you came from Houston, from Corpus Christi, from across the street, from Las Vegas. We'll talk about that later. I want you to know how deeply honored I am that you all are here today, and how I am awed by this event and by this opportunity to serve. I'm deeply honored, and I also want you to know how I appreciate the responsibility that you have given to me. The first time that I put this robe on, and thank you, Judge Peoples, for letting me borrow it, it was kind of transforming because it meant so much more than just putting on what looks like a graduation robe. and it symbolizes the responsibility that I now have to serve the law on behalf of the people of the state of Texas and to do what is right under the law. It is a deep responsibility that I want you to know I appreciate and I will honor. It is especially important because of the court that I have stepped into, the 73rd Judicial District Court. As you know, our dear friend and colleague, Judge Andy Morales, was the presiding judge of the 73rd District Court for 20 years. We lost him, and he left a big hole. And it is very intimidating to be the one who tries to fill that hole, and I won't. I won't fill Andy's shoes. I'll have to bring my own. Mine are a little higher, by the way. High heels. But Andy, Judge Morales, there were two judges, Onion, that presided over this court in its history. Also, there was another judge, Delos Finch, and a number of other judges. This court, the 73rd District Court, is 100 years old in 2011. It's one of the oldest courts we have in Bexar County. And so I appreciate the legacy that I have stepped into, and I take that responsibility to heart. I want to honor Judge Morales, and I want to honor each one of those that preceded Judge Morales, because that's what we are required to do, and that's what we take on when we take this black robe and put it on. So I appreciate the opportunity, but I want you to know that I bear it. I know that it's a responsibility, and I will fulfill the responsibility to the very best of my ability. When I started practicing years ago, there was a verse that seemed to be a direction for my practice. And I think it is also the roadmap for my judicial career. And it's Micah 6:8. And Micah 6:8 says, what are we asked to do? We are asked to do justice, love mercy, and walk humbly. And that is my promise as I extend the legacy of this court. And I want to point out that's what these books are. These books are the court docket records all the way back to the beginning of this court. And that's how important this court has been to the lives of the people of Bexar County. So I want to do justice. Law is my passion. I went to law school a little later in life. My son was 3 and my daughter was 7. And they had to kind of grow up with me, learning how to be a lawyer and how to honor the law. And I think what they saw, and I hope what you have seen, is that I first and foremost want to follow the law. I first and foremost want to ensure that the law is meted out in Bexar County, in the state of Texas, in the way that honors the people of Bexar County and honors the law of Texas. So I hope that I will be able to follow justice and do justice in this court. I expect and I want you to hold me responsible to loving mercy. I'm going to have respect for each and every party that comes into my courtroom. It is an interesting array of cases that I will have. It will range from family law cases through multi-million-dollar lawsuits, and it doesn't matter whether it's the largest corporation in the world or a young lady who's trying to find her way with her little baby. Every party that comes before me, I will honor and respect. I will do the same for the attorneys that appear before me. I think attorneys are some of the most interesting people I know, and I love attorneys. So I very much look forward to working with the lawyers of the state of Texas before me. I appreciate that what I do will be fast-paced, but I promise you that I will work expeditiously, and I will research the law when I can and when it's needed, and I will make those decisions to the very best of my ability, and I appreciate the opportunity to do that. Finally, I intend to walk humbly. Some of you are going to laugh at that. But what I think humbleness means is that you are grateful and thankful for the opportunities that have been given to you, and that you honor those opportunities by serving others. I intend to do that, and in that respect, I have about a 15-minute long list of people to thank. I actually do have probably an hour-long list of people to thank, but I know better than to do that. First of all, I want to thank Governor Perry and Senator Vanderpute and the many other people that helped the governor select an appointment to replace, not to replace, but to extend the legacy of Judge Morales. I know Senator Vanderpute intended to be here, and I deeply appreciate that it was her work responsibilities that kept her away, and I thank her, and I very much thank Governor Perry for their support. I want to thank St. Mary's University School of Law, because that is where my passion for the law first was kindled. Professor Michael Ahrens in constitutional law was the best professor I ever had. He was the one that made me start thinking about the law in a more broad perspective, and he made me realize that practicing law and law was in addition to it being a service, it's an intellectual pursuit, and I deeply appreciate what St. Mary's has done for me and what Professor Ahrens started in me. I also want to thank the law firms that I have worked for and who have molded me as a lawyer. Fulbright and Jaworski was the firm that I went to when I came out of law school, and they probably had the hardest work to try to hone this young lady into a lawyer. But I deeply appreciate the effort that Fulbright and Jaworski made and the opportunities that they gave me. Also, my legal home has been Cox Smith Matthews. It's been a great place to work. It's been a great family for me. They've given me great opportunities. They gave me a huge leash and let me get away with a whole lot as I built the appellate practice at that firm. I love every single one of them. I deeply appreciate, and you know what I love most about Cox Smith, and I'll try to go quick here, is that they also have the same heart I did. We practiced law diligently. We practiced law in a way that benefited our client and preserved our client's interests. But we cared most about doing what was right under the law and serving our community. And that is the mission of all of us in the legal community, to do the very best we can for the law and the very best we can for the people that we serve in our community. So I deeply appreciate Cox Smith and the mission and the heart of that law firm. So thank you very much, Jamie. There were a number of organizations and people that have helped me over time. Bexar County Women's Bar was huge. San Antonio Bar Foundation. There was a network called U.S. Law. All of those organizations made a huge difference in helping me learn and be prepared for this moment. People who have mentored me: Patricia Diaz-Dennis, Lori Weiss, Wendell Hall, Keith Kaiser, David West, Diane Bartek, Donna McElroy, Natalie Hall, all of these people, and so many